Welcome, I am back. As you can see, I measured some of the items I thought were probably going to go back inside of this maintenance closet. I measured how tall they were, measured how wide they were, and for the vacuum, I think I'm going to end up putting that underneath of a shelf, and then maybe the extractor on a low shelf on top of that. So that's why I noted how tall the base was and how deep that was. So all the other measurements of the things that I think are going to go in there. And then the closet itself. So something to point out, if you're looking at the wall and then you've got the floor panel that sticks out, you're going to want to measure the part that sticks out the most, especially if you're going to be putting a shelf in here. Now, if you look over here in the corner, I have this track area right here and this short distance right behind the track of the door. I didn't figure in using any of this space because I don't want any items to get stuck behind the door. So all of my measurements on the floor were from this corner back inside. There were a couple of odd measurements that I had to do. The water heater is way back here, and I don't want anything to be up against that, but I don't want anything to be up against the pipes. And that back corner of the pipe sticks out more than this one. When I was measuring, I wanted to make sure that I got from the floor up along this side. Then I have this next pipe up here. That one sticks out further. So I wanted to make sure that I measured from the corner over to that pipe. Last weird measurement that I needed to take from the floor itself all the way up to the bottom edge electrical box. I don't want that to be blocked. We want to make sure that we can open it. So I only stopped there at the bottom edge of it. Those are the areas that I measured. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the things back in order that will allow me to get the things that I am going to need more frequently. The cleaning tools, those are going to go up near the front. And then over here in the back, bee stuff is going to go. And the cat food dispensers. We don't use those very often, so those can all go back over here. Remember, I found out when I emptied this space that some of the things didn't need to go back. This is what I have come up with so far. The fire extinguisher is still accessible by the door. The vacuum cleaner, which I'm pretty excited about this, I can actually move it without too much difficulty and put it back in. And I have plenty of clearance for the door, so that helps. I stacked the bee bucket, the cat machines, and the cleaning bucket with cleaning supplies inside. This is still not an ideal situation because whenever we want to mop, we have to take out all of this stuff, put it somewhere else, and then we'll be able to use the mop bucket. So it's a starting point. And looking down here, you can see that all of that is wasted space. It's an awkward space, but I wonder if I can make a better use of it. Bee stuff is in the back, where I don't really have need of it. I don't know, I still might be able to get a shelf in here. I'd have to check my measurements. And obviously I want to get something that's max dimensions are smaller than the space that I already measured. The tools, the long tools, they're still in place in the same spot, and I'm able to access all of those without too much difficulty. This is the current setup. It's, again, not fully ideal. However, this is a lot better than what it was before. And some of the steps that I did, just to recap, is I decided, all right, I am going to address the issue that stressed me out. I pulled everything out of here, took it off to the side. I measured everything, the size of the items that I think are going to go back into this closet, and I measured the dimensions of the closet itself to see what kind of space I would need. I may still get a shelf. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, but once I've had a chance to look through and see what sorts of shelves are available, I'll go from there. But for right now, the space is workable and it's not stressing me out anymore. So that's the best part.
Thank you very much for following me on this particular journey. Once again, my name is Crystal. I am the owner of Compassionate Decluttering, LLC. And if you like this video, please feel free to give a like or subscribe, share to your friends. That would certainly be very helpful. And don't forget, if you are in the Northern Virginia area, you can contact me on my Facebook page and get more information there. And I am available to help you work through some of your decluttering spaces. All right, thank you. Have a good one.